everybody. It's so warm. It's a little exciting life update about me. I did recently become a man. Thank you. It does unfortunately make me the male comedian on the lineup tonight. Thank you. It's an identity I'm grappling with a little bit. Been struggling to figure out how that looks for me. But for now, I'm going to practice by spending the next 10 to 12 minutes describing in graphic detail my vast sexual escapades. That feels right. So if anybody feels bothered or triggered by that, please take the time to step out. I'm sorry. Just realizing if I was a bona fide male comedian, I wouldn't have asked for your consent. Sorry. Oh, I can't say sorry either. God, it's just really hard to unlearn feminism. You know what I mean? Stuff really gets in there. Anyway, I have a ton of sex. I'm a sex guy. If there's a hole, I'm gonna fill it, maybe. Fellas, yeah. The only thing is, I've had a high quantity of sex, but the quality hasn't been there as much. And that's not to say anything bad. I've had a lot of good, nice sex in my life. It's just been a little bit unremarkable. And my boyfriend's sitting there right now excuse me? No, it's great. It's good. It's great. It's just that, I hold a certain set of identities which are often associated with being sexually adventurous. And, I just haven't had a lot of sex to write home about, Dear mother, I got railed by 3 daddies last night. Are not words I've ever said. So my mom's a little disappointed. But yeah, the sex has been, it's been a mixed bag. I hold these identities which people think I'd be sexually adventurous, and those include I'm polyamorous and I'm a transsexual, obviously. And the polyamorous thing is what really confuses people, because they're like, okay, you have a lot of partners, that means you have a lot of sexual partners. In fact, I have 2 long-term partners, and you know how that goes. You know how that goes. I love you, baby. Anyway. And people are always like, well, are you 3 together? And what they're really asking is, are we all fucking each other? The answer is no. That would be something to write home about. I do think that's what my mom thinks, though. But no, we're not all fucking each other. In fact, I can barely get the 2 of them to play an awkward round of Mario Kart. So it could be better in that way. Love you so much. The other thing is that I'm trans, and this is often associated... I've been on testosterone for over a year, which is often associated with... Yeah, okay. Thanks. Ashamed to be here with all these beautiful women. But this is often associated with being horny, And I know that this stereotype is true because sometimes, to my detriment, both of my partners, it works very efficiently in them, the testosterone. And so I know the testosterone it's working in my body. I'm not just taking placebo testosterone. I got other symptoms. Good. They're good. They're not. They're good. I got the bottom growth. I got that tiny little trans dick. You guys all know about T-dicks, but when I talk to straight audiences, they're like, what? What? What do you mean? And the way that I describe it to them is like, it's sort of like, you know those baby corns that you get at like a salad bar? Or like in a stir fry? It's just like a big corn. It's actually the same genetically as a big corn. They just harvested earlier, and so it's little. It's like it's made for a doll, and that's what mine is like. Anyway, it's delicious. But yeah, none of this has really worked out for me in terms of my sex drive. I've still got a pretty low sex drive, and I've been trying to figure out what it is about me that makes me such a special boy. And I think what I've realized is that in order for me to feel aroused, I need to have a very particular set of criteria met, which I will now list for you. Number one, there has to be zero risk involved. No risk. It's a niche, fulsome category. Number two, there has to be emotional attachment. And number three, the vibes have to be impeccable, which is abstract and only I can know it. And some people would call this demisexuality, which is an identity along the asexual spectrum, and good for them. Love those guys. Personally, I think it's a little lame and boring to be that. For me. You guys, great. Me, not so much. You know, classic double stand. Anyway, I prefer the term, for me, gay little bitch syndrome. And you guys, I got it bad. I got it terminal. My gay little bitch syndrome is so bad, you guys. I couldn't even masturbate until I was like 18. Because of course masturbation didn't meet my gay little bitch requirements, you know? You got the zero risk thing. And apart from like, obviously your parents can walk in on you at any moment, there's also like, I've never looked at or touched my pussy, and I am afraid of it. So that was a big risk. Like what if I touch it and I get a disease? What if I touch it and I break it? Like, then what do? I go to my doctor, my pediatrician, Sutter Health. Hello, here's my dad's insurance card. I've broken my pussy. No, I'm not going to do that. Didn't want to do that. And then there's a great vibes requirement, which it didn't meet for sure because I didn't know much about my pussy, but I did know it was kind of hairy and stinky and geographically really close to my anus, which is still true about it. Kind of a vibe killer. Get ready for that, Bina. So, your new pussy. It's a callback. You guys remember? I remembered she's getting a pussy. Maybe you can get one that doesn't have those things. That would be better. Anyway, and the last thing is, of course, I didn't have any emotional attachment to it. At the time, and this may seem a bit convoluted, but I was deep in the closet as a lesbian, and I thought, if I'm a girl and I touch my pussy, then I'm a girl touching a pussy, and that makes me a lesbian. In my mind at the time, it made sense. But now, even still, I'm like, fellas, is it gay to masturbate? Like a little? Just a little. And when I do this at straight shows, there's always one guy who's like, no. And I'm like, I mean a little. You like it. It's your favorite dick. Yeah, my gay little bitch syndrome is still bad. I couldn't even watch porn until very recently, like maybe a year ago. I got brave. I started looking into trying to find things that met the requirements, but it's really hard to find it. You know, they say you can find anything on Pornhub or whatever, but you really can't for what I'm looking for. You can't look up tender, loving caress on Pornhub. Can't look up nice, good sex, you know? Like, it doesn't work. And a lot of people don't believe me when I tell them this. And so I thought, if you guys don't mind, I do have proof. Yeah, I brought my iPad, and what about it? So yeah, I went ahead and I looked up some of my search materials. And these are just some of the real things that I found. These are screenshots from Pornhub today, okay? This one. Husband records his wife falling in love with another man. Now, I don't know if you guys can tell, but it doesn't really look like they're falling in love so much as he's falling into her asshole. Also, I have trouble believing a love story in a 90-minute rom-com. This is 10 minutes and 9 seconds. I mean, every shot is going to have to do a lot of heavy lifting. I'm skeptical. Anyway. This one's my favorite, actually. Horny step-siblings love masturbating together, and they get caught all the time. Now, I'd like to start out with what is good about this one. Some positives, which is mostly the therapy component. I do like that. And you know what? Good for her, busty therapist with her degree. Girl boss. Yes. But some notes would be, I wish that they weren't siblings. Not incest would be fine as well. Better even. And I also wish that it was longer. This is 17 minutes and 4 seconds. What if it was 50? The length of an average therapy session. Maybe a little extra. Because here's what I would love in my creative mind. Like, they come in with an average couple's problem, such as, like, she never unloads the dishwasher. You know how it goes. At the end, they kind of resolve it, and you actually see them go home, and she unloads the dishwasher. Good for her, yeah. Because, you know what? You thought I was going to say the man didn't unload the dishwasher. But I subverted. Okay, anyway. You didn't think that. You're all transsexuals. Anyway. They get home, she unloads the dishwasher, and as a reward, he fucks her in the ass. That, emotionally, I could get behind that. And then this last one, I decided to try to get some more queer materials because I'm homosexual. So this one, my beloved makes me feel good. Kisses, caresses my ass, and gently excites my dick. ... Love him. This I like the message here. I do. It's got a heart of gold. You know what I mean? My one issue with this is that they are wearing ski masks. And you know, I get it. Sometimes you want to put porn on the internet, but you don't want your friends and family to see. But just for me personally, I have never wanted to give or receive a blowjob after performing an armed robbery. So that's just me. Guys, if you want to send suggestions or maybe your own materials, nudes, amateur stuff, my Instagram is at Emery, and I can't guarantee I'll like it, but I would appreciate it. Thank you so much, guys. I've been Emery Jean. Give it up for Binya.